How we doing? Fox back again for sound design tutorials. Another request today. Sorry it's been a while. I've been having babies and I've been ill and stuff. But the request is by GZB. I don't know whether that's her name or whatever, but it's by her. It was for this track. It was Dennis Ferrer. Hey Hey, Darrow dashgroove alternative casual bootleg. It's for the bass, and she wanted it doing with Sylenth, which I did. I've prepared a little groove for it. The melody I didn't get perfect, but it doesn't matter. You're going to be able to hear the bass. Very, very close on this one. Really pleased with it. So yeah, here it is. There you have it. Very, very close to the original. It was quite simple in the end. I would say simple. There's two different filters working part A and part B differently. They're both creating a pluck, but one's having a filter wide open and then using an attack time to close it. One's having a filter closed and then using a decay to flick it open. They're virtually doing the same thing, but you can have a lot more control over the speed of the pluck when you do it. This one, mod envelope 2, when you just use it to control the decay. So yeah, without further ado, we are going to initialize this. I'll quickly say, if you enjoy this or any of my other tutorials, please subscribe. It really does spur me to do more tutorials. Any requests, send them through to my Facebook page as a direct message. Be sure to add a link to the track on YouTube or SoundCloud and a time code at what time the sound comes in, plus what synth you want me to make it with. So yeah, let's solo Sylenth. I've got a tiny bit of processing on the channel, as you can see. It's nothing, just a bit of compression, hardly doing anything, and just a bit of boosting around the 100 and 200 hertz just to bring out the low end of the sound. I could tell the main part of the sound was a saw wave straight away, so part A and part B contain a mixture of saw waves and sine waves. Part A and part B both have exactly the same amp envelope, so we're going to set that up first. We're going to have a decay of around about 4.3, tiny bit of release just to stop any clicking, and a tiny bit of an attack. So we'll copy that, paste it. No sustain is what then turns it into pluck. If you have the sustain on full, it's sort of bypassing the decay stage, and then it's only the attack that takes its toll. With no sustain, you're sort of pushing the envelope up instantly, and then the decay controls how long it takes for the volume to shut off. Maybe a little bit closer to the halfway. So yeah, I had 5 voices of unison. Pan dead center, stereo just back of full, detune around about 2.14, phase on 0, volume on maximum. Keep the retrig button on, so the unison voices restart at the same point every time. I could tell by listening to this as well, just from experience, that this had a chorded feel to it. So this one, we need to pitch that down an octave, sorry. This one is virtually the same sound. 5 voices of unison, keep the retrig on, pan dead center, stereo back to the same amount, detune virtually the same amount, phase 0, volume on full, an octave down, but to give us that chorded feel, or a fifth note, you need to push this plus 7 semitones. Change this to a saw wave, obviously. I'll slowly pull the note down to 0 so you can hear what it sounds like when they're both on the same octave. When we get to 5, it's going to sound like a third, so that's harmonically correct and pleasing because it's like a third out of the triad of a 1/3 and a 5th. But it was the 7th. Pull it down to 0. They're both the same. You're not hearing anything. You're just hearing two saw waves doing exactly the same thing. So +7 is a 5th. Both on re-trigger. Don't invert any of the waves. So yeah, that is it. That's the basis to the sound really. We're going to do the oscillators for part B now, and then we'll set up the filters independently of each other. So for part B, I did just push the decay out more. I'm going to have a sine wave on A. 6 voices unison. Uncheck the re-trigger. No detune. Stereo. Where it is, pan dead center, phase on 0, volume on full, nothing crazy, 2 octaves down. This is going to take care of the subby part of the sound. I then had 6 voices unison on another saw wave. This one is 2 octaves down, so again taking part of the lower part of the sound. As you see in part A, this is ±1 octave. So we're an octave lower again, but I'm going to push this up to +7 to give us that chorded feel that we've got going on. Stereo on full, detune on 0, phase on 0, retrig off for both of these. We want these to be free running. So these two oscillators taking a little bit longer for the amp envelope to close. Not drastic, but you can hear it. So we're going to set the filters up now. I say they're both low pass filters. They're both 1 to 12 dB on this part of the sound. This is a low pass filter. We want a tiny bit of drive. Starting point for the cutoff, we want it pretty much all the way around about 9,000 Hertz. So it's wide open. We're going to use this mod envelope 1 to control the cutoff of A. The filter is open. We're going to use the attack time of this envelope to close it. How rapid we want it to do it. We want it all the way around to 0, so it's going to shut it right off. For this to work, you need the sustain on full. You need a bit of release to stop it squelching, and then the attack time controls how long it's going to take for the filter to close. If we solo part A, close to 3 is pretty much perfect. You can see the longer the attack, the longer it takes for the filter to close. As long as the sustain's on full, shorter the attack, faster the filter is closing. Just past 3, 3.10 was perfect. We're going to use the same thing with the filter for part B, but this time we're going to have the filter closed and we're going to flick it open, and then we're going to control how long it takes to close with the decay. Two very, very useful techniques of modulating a filter. The only two ways you can create a pluck using a filter, really. No drive on this one. This one's going to be a 24 dB per octave because we're taking care of the subby part of sounds. I wanted to block out the highs as much as possible. So yeah, for this to take in effect, we're going to use mod envelope 2 to control the cutoff of B. The mod destination needs to be positive because the filter is closed. We want to flick it open with the attack, so instantly, no attack, it's instantly going to close open with no sustain. The decay controls how long it's going to take for it to close. So again, you can hear the decay is controlling how long the bright elements of the sound are let through before it closes again. This one was close to 5, 4.5, something like that. So both parts in now. We're going to push the volume of B just to boost the lower elements. Now the only thing I did was an EQ. So you've got the external processing on the channel as it is. The only thing I did, sorry, not EQ, was a chorus. Now you may think this is a little bit crazy, but I'm going to pull the dry wet down. I'm going to set it up first. Chorus on a bass, you're saying? But yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have a rate of 0.17 Hertz, so it's quite slow. The delay time where it comes is second is 8 milliseconds. The depth we're going to have quite deep. Feedback around about 44%. Width dead halfway. So I'm going to push this in. You're going to hear what it has. This is going to add a little bit of stereo width to the higher end of the sound. Makes it sort of more creamy from the mids to the highs upwards. Because the sub's so low, I mean, it is being affected, but we've got no detune on the two -2 octave waveforms, if you get what I mean. So it's a pure soil wave and a pure sine wave. So the chorus is affecting them, but you can't really hear it. That's a neat trick. If you've got detune on part A, it's really going to mangle with those sort of spreading apart and emphasise the mid part of a bass. Push it too far, it's going to get too cloudy and mess everything up. But 34-35% sounds perfect to me. Change the polyphony to 1 because it's a bass patch. That is the sound done, so we'll bring the beat back in again. Very, very easy to work that out. It's just F sharp, G, A minor, B, C sharp. So G sharp, A minor, A flat, B sharp. Yeah, anywho, I've digressed. Really, really like this sound. As I said earlier, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram. Links all in the description. If you're interested in private lessons, they're doing really well lately, becoming more and more popular. Hit me up via my email, link in the description. Bearing in mind, sound design is my field. I can teach you how to use synths and teach you sound design. Production, I can offer some basic knowledge that I have. Also, Ableton. Yeah, hit me up. Cheers. Bye.